If you've been told that you have 6 months, 3 months, a year to lower your cholesterol, or else you will be put on a statin medication, then you need to run from that doctor. Because most cholesterol, well, get this, every hormone that is a steroid hormone like progesterone, testosterone, estrogens, all come from cholesterol. That is the backbone. Now, of that cholesterol, I don't want to lose you here, but 80% of that cholesterol is an LDL, a low density lipoprotein.
I presume what was intending to be said here was that 80% of the cholesterol that make up your steroid hormones is delivered to the steroidogenic cells, meaning the cells that produce the steroid hormones, via an LDL lipoprotein. Because very importantly, there is no such thing as LDL cholesterol. There are lipoproteins called low-density lipoprotein and high-density lipoprotein, but they both carry the exact same cholesterol molecule. With that being said, there is absolutely no evidence that 80% of the cholesterol used to produce steroid hormones comes from LDL lipoproteins. Very importantly, every single cell inside of your entire body can produce its very own cholesterol. Therefore, if you have low levels of LDL lipoproteins, your cells will essentially just begin producing more of their own cholesterol. And the majority of the cholesterol used for steroid hormone synthesis comes from de novo synthesis within steroidogenic cells. For example, the ovaries produce cholesterol, and this cholesterol is then used for the synthesis of steroid hormones, rather than that cholesterol being delivered by an LDL lipoprotein. With that being said, the emerging evidence is actually indicating that LDL plays very little to no role in the delivery of cholesterol to tissues to produce steroid hormones, because it appears that HDL is the preferred lipoprotein for cholesterol delivery to the adrenal gland and to other tissues that produce the steroid hormones, such as the ovaries and the testes. This is demonstrated by the fact that individuals who suffer from LDL receptor deficiency, meaning they are essentially unable to uptake the LDL out of the bloodstream to use its cholesterol to produce steroid hormones, have essentially no effect on their adrenal function or synthesis of steroid hormones. People with genetically low or absent LDL cholesterol also see no effect on their steroid hormone production. And finally, when given lipid-lowering medications, which reduce patients' cholesterol levels down to lower than 15 milligrams per deciliter, which is astronomically low, they have no impairment in their adrenal or gonadal steroid hormone synthesis, indicating that even if LDL cholesterol was delivering a majority of the cholesterol to steroid hormone-producing tissues, when LDL levels are reduced, it has no effect on these tissues. And with this, when it comes to cholesterol intake and serum cholesterol levels, they are not associated with circulating testosterone, indicating that if you have high cholesterol, it's not going to improve your production of these steroid hormones. Therefore, if your cardiologist tells you to take a statin or another lipid-lowering medication to help lower your cholesterol to reduce your risk of cardiovascular complications, you do not have to be worried that it will have an effect on your production of testosterone, estrogen, or any other steroid hormone.